Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making chicken and creamy pasta. Alright, I'm starting out in a Ziploc bag. I have a half a cup of flour in here. And we're going to season this up. We're going to make a coating for our chicken. I have 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts in the background there. I cut it in half to make thinner fillets. I'm going to start by putting a teaspoon of salt in our flour. And I'm just eyeballing it. I'm going to put in a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. That's about 2 teaspoons worth. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of garlic powder. Make sure you use garlic powder, not garlic salt, because we already added salt in. And a teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm going to zip my bag shut and shake it well to get all the seasonings mixed in with the flour. Alright, now in a large skillet I have enough oil to cover the bottom. I'm going to take the chicken and dip it in that flour mixture we mixed together. And I'm just doing it one piece at a time so we get good coverage of the coating. I'm going to take my chicken out and shake off the excess flour. And I'm going to put it in this pan of oil, and I'm going to fry it for probably about 5 or 6 minutes on each side until it's golden brown and cooked through. Okay, now that my chicken's done, I took it out and set it aside. I drained most of the oil out of that pan because we don't need all that. I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of margarine. You could use butter if you like, but I'm watching my cholesterol. And I'm going to get that melted in there. I keep my margarine froze because we don't use a lot of it. So I'm going to get that melted down in there. And as my margarine starts to melt, I'm going to add in a half of a large onion I diced up. And I'm going to allow this to saute in there for a few minutes until it starts to soften up. Alright, now that my onions went for a few minutes and they're nice and softened up, I'm going to add in the equivalent of 4 cloves of garlic. I'm using a pre-diced stuff. If you use fresh, use about 4 cloves. Just have good flavor. Okay, stir that in. And I also have 1 large tomato I diced up. That's going in. Give that a stir. That's my timer. I'm cooking some spaghetti to serve with this. I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit to about medium. I'm going to add in my seasoning. I'm going to go for a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Half a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon of pepper. And a quarter of a teaspoon of red crushed pepper. This is optional. If you don't like heat or if you have little ones in the house, you can leave this out. Alright. Give that a stir. Alright, now I'm going to add in a tablespoon of flour. Stir that around to combine the flour in there. Let it cook for a minute to get the flour taste out of the flour. And I'm going to turn my heat down again. Alright, now I'm going to put in 1 cup of heavy cream. And I'm just eyeballing this. That's about right, maybe a hair more. And I'm going to add in a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese or shredded Parmesan cheese. There's about a half a cup in here. Stir that in. And I'm going to allow this to come up to a gentle boil and simmer for a minute until it starts to thicken up and the cheese melts. Alright, now that my sauce is thickened, I turned off my heat. I have 12 ounces of spaghetti here I boiled up. We're going to get that in. I didn't use the whole pound that was in the box because I want this sauce to have good coverage of the spaghetti. Give that a stir. Next up. This is ready to go, guys. Let's go ahead and fix up a plate and see what we got. Alright guys, let me get in here and give this a try. I'm going to start out with this chicken first. Chicken's tender, well seasoned. That breading's really delicious on there. Try some of the pasta. That's a big fork full of pasta. I tell you what, that spaghetti is really delicious. It's creamy. You get the cheesiness from that Parmesan cheese. Well seasoned. Really delicious, guys. Wasn't that hard at all. Chicken and creamy pasta. Thanks for watching and supporting me. And remember, love what you eat and eat what you love.